Welcome to Major Discussions, the show where we explore the stories of students right here on campus and beyond. I'm your host, Fega Kotretsky. Today, we'll jump right into our programming with a special Halloween episode. I'm very excited to have someone special joining me today. If you've watched previous episodes, you will definitely recognize her. I am honored that she could be here with me again. Please welcome Melinda Brancato.
Hello, everybody. Well, you know what? I enjoyed myself so much last week that I decided to stay on as a host. And actually, with Halloween coming up and everything, I was thinking, why don't we reverse the rules?
What do you mean?
I think we should do a flip script. I mean, come on, we got purple lights on the set, we got our Halloween hats on. It's a good vibe going on tonight.
Okay, flipping the script, you mean what?
I'm interviewing you.
Oh, you're interviewing me.
I'm here to stay as a host. And we're gonna get to know you. You're the creator. Everybody should know you. So,
okay,
it's my turn to host you.
Okay, so not only we're getting to know me as a person, but we're getting to know you as a host.
Oh yeah.
So as
it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
So we just discussed that you're the creator of this show, and we're moving into your third official episode. You've interviewed guests like me, getting to know them and their stories, but I want to know about you. So tell me all about you.
About me. Well, I'm from Brooklyn, New York City. So I come from there. I am Jewish and I have 5 siblings. So that's Malki and Mendel. They're older than me. And underneath me is Ita, Basia, and Avram Yael. So those are my siblings. Busy. I love to read. I am an epic bookworm. And I love writing so much, especially like writing slam poetry. That's so much fun for me.
Wow. All right. So your love for writing, is that what brought you here specifically as a broadcasting major and creating content such as this with Major Discussions?
Well, yeah, actually, it was basically very much tied in. I absolutely love writing, again, with the slam poetry. That was probably my first real major public speaking where I am, speaking for a crowd. I mean, I was valedictorian in middle school for my middle school graduation, and then I spoke at my high school graduation. They decided not to do the salutatorian valedictorian thing because of COVID. But I definitely just wanted to do something with writing that actually would pay a salary.
Wow.
Just frankly.
Yeah. So, you told us about how you got here and what you're currently working on project-wise, but how about after college? Where do you see yourself then?
So I really want to work, obviously, in broadcasting. I'm a broadcasting major, and I'm in the MBA program, so that's the Masters of Business Administration, so it's a dual program, and I would love to work on broadcasting, doing something like this, either like a talk show or even something like news. It's something that I'm really passionate about, something that I love, and I would love to either be on screen, talking, interviewing people, giving over news, or to get tying with the business, doing something business related in some kind of role like that, managing the business aspect. That would also be really cool.
Wow. All right. So let's rewind in time a little bit. Last week, you made me go back some painful memories about high school. I'm hoping yours aren't as painful, but tell me your favorite part of high school.
So in high school, I got it. In high school, I worked on the school newspaper, so that was really fun. And it was called The Grapevine, and so in 9th and 10th grade, I wrote columns. So I think in 9th grade, I wrote on the etymology of names, specific common names, and then in 10th grade, I wrote about controversial topics. It was a controversial topics column. It was research. It was really fun to write. And then because of my extended work with the newspaper, I actually was the first 11th grade editor, and then eventually in 12th grade I was the editor-in-chief, and that definitely was a really good experience for me to have. I really enjoyed that.
Wow. That's really interesting. I mean, what would you say your favorite part of college is now then?
So my favorite part of college, definitely the freedom. It is so liberating to be able to make my own schedule. I have classes at certain times, but I literally, like, between classes, I can do whatever I want. I can eat when I want. I can go to sleep when I want. I can plan for when I'm going to study, and that freedom just works so well with my brain. I love it, and it's so just perfect in the liberty and just organizing my own schedule, because I'm so much better at following my own schedule than somebody else's. Like, don't get me wrong, I love schedules, but mine,
Yeah.
I get to make it. I love
Absolutely.
it. That's my favorite part, definitely.
Oh my God. Well, with all that said, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to learn all more about Faye.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Major Discussions. I'm your host, Melinda, with this week's Flipped Script. Let's continue to get to know our show's creator, Faye. So we talked about your long-term goals in the previous segment, but can you tell us about what you're working on currently, like inside the classroom?
Well, I mean, people who know me, my friends, family, they know that I've been slaving away at economics.
Oh God.
It's been a lot. So it's not difficult, just like tedious, and it's just taking up a lot of my time. I am also working on registering for my classes, so making plans, all of that kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to my schedule, so that's coming together, and I'm seeing what my schedule is going to look like, and I'm really excited for that. A few other things, I feel like a few essays. I think I have a mass media essay and ethics essay, just a few things. Good work, not bad stuff, good stuff that I'm working on.
Just a lot of homework.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, well, how about what you're working on outside of the classroom and beyond Major Discussions?
So, beyond Major Discussions, I'm involved with a couple of clubs. So within WTOP, of course, I'm involved with Major Discussions, and I'm also working on a different show, The Madcaps, and I do their teleprompter. Not a big role, but it's a role. And so I work there. I also work with Her Campus, so I do some editing for them. I wrote one article, and nothing like really major, but I also am the secretary of Jewish Life Oswego, so that's also been a fun experience as well, working part of that club.
Wow. Okay, well, it sounds like you've got a lot of diverse experiences when it comes to everything you're working on, but how do you think that's going to actually benefit you in the future?
So I think that it will tie in really well with what I want to do in the future, because a lot of them, most of my experiences and everything that I'm doing are communications related. which, my major, broadcasting and mass communications, makes sense. But I think in addition to like basic skills like working on WTOP and learning how to write a rundown and scripts, like those are hard skills that I'm going to need and will serve me really well in the future, I think. In addition to that, certain soft skills like organization and listening, communication, interviewing skills, all that kind of stuff, I think that will really benefit me in the future with all my work.
Absolutely. I mean, with that said, what kind of message do you want to portray with your work?
So my message, I would say, of what I really would like to portray and what I want to get across with everything that I do is giving people a platform to speak. I think that everyone should have a platform, whether that's on a show, whether that's in written media, no matter where that is, that everyone should feel like they have a voice and no one should feel stifled, because that's an awful way to feel. And that's something that I really want people to know, that you have a voice and you should use it, and your voice is important, and it's just something that I really, really want to get across, that to give people that voice and to inspire them to use their own voice in their own endeavors and all across media.
Wow, that's extremely impressive. But so how do you think that role is going to play in your career?
So again, I think it ties in well with the career of I'm going into media, broadcasting specifically. It's this huge kind of gatekeeper of what goes through. So who gets to speak, what do they speak about, all of these things are kind of dictated, and I think that being part of such a role where you can interview different types of people, hear different experiences, hear about different projects that people are working on, you can really get a much broader view of the world and of what people are experiencing. And really, I just love hearing people's stories. So just hearing diverse experiences of different people's stories is exactly part of all the work that I want to do in the future.
Wow, okay. Well, with all this talk of goals and things you want to do, what steps are you taking to actually get there and achieve them?
So what I'm actually doing right now, I'm obviously in university, and I'm working on schoolwork. So that is steps. But I am in a dual program, so it's a 5-year program studying both broadcasting and mass communications, and also for my master's of business administration. So for that, I have to maintain a 3.0 average until my junior year in which to stay in the program. And yeah, it's a goal to maintain in the program. So that's something that I'm working on, keeping my grades up. And I think that that's really something big that I'm just working on right now, my goals.
That's great.
So don't go anywhere. The fun begins right after this.
I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of my abilities. At Oswego is where I've really found myself and became the person I am. You work hard and you play hard. I love the environment of SUNY Oswego.
Made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Major Discussions. I'm your host, Melinda, and Faye and I are back to introduce a new game for you all. That game is Make This Make Sense. So the name is in the game, or the game is in the name, excuse me, and I'm gonna ask you some questions about a topic that's known for some mix-ups. So we're gonna clear the air on those said things, and you being the literature connoisseur you are, those topics are gonna be based on a couple of the classics. My first question to you. So we all know the Humpty Dumpty rhyme. We love it. Poor guy had a great fall and all, but is he a guy or an egg? Like, what is he?
So that's actually something that a lot of people don't know. Actually, he was a cannon.
What?
Yeah, he was a cannon.
That wasn't one of the options.
No, I know. That's something that just people don't know, but yes, he was a cannon. So that actually, he was originally like, the first time it came up is in the 18th century, and then the tune was from nursery rhymes, like book, James William Eliot's Nursery Rhymes and Nursery Songs. And actually, according to military historians, it was a cannon. It was used during the English Civil War. I'm pretty sure, yeah, in the English Civil War. It was stationed on the walls in Colchester. So that war went on between 1642 to 1649, and when the walls were broken, Humpty Dumpty came crashing down. So the cannon crashed.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess you cleared that one up for us. So now that we've got that one over with, we all also know the story of Frankenstein, and we know they got the monster and we've got the scientists in the lab, but who's who? I'm confused.
Okay, so actually the monster was not named, it's just the monster. Frankenstein was the creator. So, not known, it was not the name of the monster. It's not the Frankenstein monster. Also, Frankenstein was not a doctor. In Mary Shelley's book, he's actually referred to as a student.
Oh.
So, yeah, and even funnier, everyone kind of knows the assistant as Igor, but in the book there was no assistant. And then in the movie adaptation, they basically put in an assistant named Fritz, but then later on in sequels to the movie, there was a character named Igor with a Y, but he was actually just an insane blacksmith, had nothing to do with assistantship.
Oh, wow. Okay. Got it. So, another classic for you, Shakespeare, Macbeth. There's a scene where there's witches sitting around this cauldron. They're cooking up something good, you know, with the witch hats and all. You want to clear what they're saying, though? Because I know that phrase gets mixed up.
Yes, that phrase does get mixed up. I actually didn't know this until recently, that the phrase that everyone thinks, you know, they're sitting around a cauldron, everyone thinks that the phrase that they're saying is bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. But actually, it's not bubble, bubble, it's double, double with a D. And for some reason, it's always misquoted. I mean, it does make more sense with the bubble, bubble, because, like, it's a cauldron bubbles. Oh, yeah. But it doesn't, no, it's not bubble, bubble. It's double, double. Yeah, I guess it's just another weird mishap. I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so another misheard phrase comes from the notable duo of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson from the creations of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And I know this is something you'd mentioned before the show, and I'm just going to let you take the floor on this. Why don't you clear it up?
Okay. Let's just put it out there that the main phrase that everyone knows Sherlock Holmes for saying is elementary, my dear Watson, right? Like, everyone kind of just associates that with him. But no, not one time in any of the books, any of the stories, in the entire, like, long book I have at home, does it ever come up, that phrase used together. Yes, he says my dear Watson, and he says elementary, but never together. And then even, like, in a parody in 1901 of Sherlock Holmes, they have this detective named Shylock Holmes, and he says this line, elementary, my dear Potson. I don't know, but I guess it caught on, and for some reason that's what's associated, even though it actually never came up. Super weird. I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's what it is.
Knockoff took the gold there, I guess. Well, you know what? The fun doesn't end here. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to get into a game of What Would You Rather? Stay tuned.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis. CF is a genetic disease that shortens lives. When the foundation was founded in 1955, children with CF rarely lived long enough to attend kindergarten. Today, thanks to the foundation's groundbreaking research, advocacy, and care, some people with CF are attending college, getting married, and starting families. We've made amazing progress, but until a cure is found for all people with CF, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
Is there a danger hiding in your home? Unused opioid medicines could harm your family. Find your unused opioid pills, patches, or syrups and learn how to dispose of them safely at fda.gov/drug disposal.
Welcome back to Major Discussions. I'm Melinda, and I'm here with my co-host, Faye. I hope you stayed tuned after that break because we're back and ready to hash some things out with What Would You Rather? So I've got the first question for us. Would you rather read a book, the horror book, or watch a horror movie?
Did you really just ask that question?
I did, yeah. I know your
Okay.
answer.
We literally just went into how I love literature, so yes. Very, very difficult decision, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I obviously choose to read a book.
I'm the opposite. Listen, I would much rather sit down and watch a movie. It's a lot better. You get to see everything that's happening on screen. I get scared at scary movies. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get scared by both, but I still would.
I understand the book with your own imagination, but movies are so much better. Come on.
Your opinion.
Special effects.
Agree to disagree.
Ah.
Okay, agree to disagree. Okay. Would you rather listen to Edgar Allan Poe read a horror story or Stephen King?
Stephen King. I think I would go Stephen King. Edgar Allan Poe scares me. He seems a lot more stable. And he's also scary, so.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, so again, gotta disagree with you. I'd rather, much rather, Edgar Allan Poe. Literature, love it. I absolutely love Edgar Allan Poe. The Bells, The Raven, Never Bet the Devil Your Head, creepy stories. I love his poetry so much.
On. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Moving on. Would you rather trick or treat?
Huh. Okay. Treat. Come on. I'm such a softie inside.
Oh, seriously, we're gonna disagree on everything here.
Are we?
Yeah, I mean, I like treats too, don't get me wrong, but watching somebody react to a good prank, you gotta love those tricks. I mean, come on. It's so much. You've never done like the fake bugs with somebody? I've got a couple.
There. Actually once.
You have?
My cousin's in his bed.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I've got
spiders.
a couple coworkers that hate me for fake bugs. They know who they are. Sorry, not sorry. It was a lot of fun.
I'm sure it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm a softie at heart. I would way rather.
We're disagreeing on everything here.
Okay. So, would you rather go out trick-or-treating or work the door?
I've done both. I think going out and having fun is a lot better. I like to dress up and, knock on the doors. As I'm older, it's a little weirder because, if you don't know little kids, then you're kind of just like a grandma on the street dressing up. But how about you?
Me, I feel like I would probably at this point choose going out because, it's a college town. I'm sure they're used to college kids going around, and that's something I would really want to do, go around in this town. I think that would be fun.
Usually if those college kids are going out, they're tricking, not treating.
Oh, well, whoops. Okay. I'll be the one to differ.
Okay. you know, with our witch hatches on and everything like that. I'm gonna ask, would you rather fly on a witch's broom or drink that witch's brew?
I think I would say fly on a witch's broom.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think that's the first one we've actually like agreed on.
I think it is.
Besides going out, but
okay.
I'm gonna say far away from whatever the witches are brewing in Macbeth. I don't need anything in that bubbly cauldron.
Yeah, really, like, is it poison? Like, I don't know, like, what's in there? I don't want to know.
They're cooking something.
Away. I don't want to know. Whatever they're brewing.
Plus, flying on a broom, I think that's like a superpower. If we want to call back, I like superheroes and stuff. So
yes, you do.
Come on,
that would be fun. Okay. Would you rather walk through a graveyard at midnight or spend the night in an abandoned house?
Okay, those both sound horrible. And I don't know why anyone would do either, but probably a graveyard. I'd probably not walk, but run through that thing. Staying in an abandoned house all night just doesn't sound fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Like, it's a couple like seconds or minutes that you like get through that graveyard versus like an entire night. Like, you're not sleeping in that house.
No,
you're not
nightmares.
sleeping.
That sounds horrible.
Oh yeah.
Okay, would you rather become a vampire or a werewolf?
I'm gonna go with vampire, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're just, to me, it just seems so much cooler, like ancient.
Are you sure? I mean, I don't know. I think werewolves sound pretty cool, and I feel like college students as is are pretty much vampires now. We're avoiding light, we're like during the day, we're always in the dark, we're pale, we're just kind of hunched over all the time. I'd rather be a werewolf. I mean, come on.
I feel like I would like live out my goth dreams.
Oh,
no?
That's true. Oh, that sounds great.
Goth's so beautiful. Yeah, I would love to be a vampire, but yes, definitely college students are vampires.
Oh my God.
For sure. That's our show, folks. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
You can follow us on our new Instagram page, major_discussions, for behind-the-scenes looks and answering fun questions throughout the week.
Tune in next week at 9:30 for more major discussions.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay. Just go to the site.
Is there a danger hiding in your home? Unused opioid medicines could harm your family. Find your unused opioid pills, patches, or syrups and learn how to dispose of them safely at fda.gov/drug disposal.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
Stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. For help, call the number on the blue and white emergency notification system sign at the crossing. Give them the crossing number to alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life.